Alright, welcome back. And as I was saying, I have now finished creating this bass track here. I have finished creating this bass track here in order to put all my drums effect on this. So this is what you're going to do. But before we even go ahead, let's modify this a bit so that you can hear the effect. Let's modify this a bit so that you can hear the effect. We send this to piano roll. Let's click on it again and double click this so that we have our pan. I want us to increase the panning to the left. So to the left, let's increase the panning to 50. Accept. And then the right, let's increase the panning to 50 as well. Alright, accept. Don't overdo things. I've already advised. So let's now listen to this effect alone. Can you feel this? The left and right panning. If you want it to be wider, let's make it 55. Okay, let's go to 60. You can see all this in the information bar. Okay, 61. Let us set this and then this one to 61 as well. I just want you to hear the effect in your stereo speakers. Alright, so that you can hear the left and right beat. Let's look at what happens in the mixer. Take note of the panning area. This is the instrument we are using now. This is the instrument we are using, but look at it this way. Look at the panning. So you can see left to right. And you can see the same effect on the master. Look at the master meter here and see what you observe. Yes, that is it. So you can see it here. That is left to right. And that is the style. You can do the same thing to all the instruments as well. You can do the same thing to all the other drums. In the drum rolling, all these you can put a style in them just by doing as we did to the first one. Alright, now let's try and put effects on the drum instrument or percussion. So this is the conga, this is a drum. So we have created our bass here. What we're going to do is just to highlight this and then come to the bass track which you have created, then click on this arrow you see here. Just right click this and say route to this track only. So you can see the light here indicating that whenever you click on any of these channels and you see the lights on a certain area, it means that it is being sent through that track. So this is the conga. Look at the thumb. See that the light here will go off as soon as we click on the thumb. You can see that you cannot see it here. Now we are going to route it just by right clicking here and say route to this track only. We come to this thumb and say route to this track only. We click on the crash as well. And let's say right to this track only. And I think there's another thumb here. This thumb, we say right to this track only. What else do we have? What percussive instruments do we have again? We have this kick. We have the kick we chose. So we right click on the kick and you can see that our channel length is, so we have to scroll to the drum effect bars we created and say right to this track. Alright, So that is our kick. We can add other instruments as we go along. That's very, very important. This is our clap. Which of the claps are these? Let's play and see. Let me see. You can just click on Control and press to see which of them. Alright, I would want to write this to the drum effect as well. The essence of doing this is to reduce CPU usage and effect on your work. Instead of putting individual VST plugin or plugins on each of these instruments, you have routed all of them to a single bus, which is going to carry all the effect. And this is very, very important. So what are you going to do now? Let's see. I think along the line we had under in the second drum arrangement, let's see, let's say drum 2, this clap, okay, this is the clap I'm talking about here. So we're going to let this one to go through the drum effect so that you can give a similar or single effect to all of them. Alright, so now what effect are we going to pick? So we go to our plugin slot, that is this area, and then pick a plugin. Let's go to the wave bundle, and then select L2. I like using this a lot, and for the sake of the length of this video, I just want to limit myself to a preset. I'm going to take this preset, 24-bit hot and pumpy. I think this is louder. Okay, let's listen with the effects now. Let's listen to it without the effect. You can see that there is no life in it. Let's listen to the other drums without the effect. Let's listen to Rich with the effects now. I think that is better, so we're going to leave it there. Now, for our string instruments, let's create another bass track. Go to right click and go to rename and color. Let's call this string effect. Let's choose a color for it. Let's have a brighter color. Let's say red for it. Enter. So this is our string effect. We're going to run all our strings through this. So where are our string instruments? Let's go to the playlist. Our string instruments, we can talk about the guitar. This is our guitar. So where is our guitar on the mixer? Let's play this. Let's play it alone. So once again, we are going to route this guitar, real guitar, we're going to route it to the string effect. So we come here on channel 25. After we have highlighted on the real guitar, we just come here, right click and say react to this track only. So it's now connected to this. Let's go to the playlist. Where is our other string instrument? Our other string instrument is the let's see here, the fab filter. Let's listen to it alone on the mixer. Alright, so we highlight on it. Come to our string effects, right click this and say write to this track only. Alright, can we put any other thing there? Can we do this? Let's look at the FL keys, main chord. Alright, so we're going to add it to the string effects, because you cannot put the same effect on percussion on string instruments. That can never work. That can never work, or it might not be nicer. And then this side where we have our saxophones, let's listen to this alone. Yes, it's a saxophone, alright? The proper classification should have been on string instrument, but what I'm going to do is I'm adding it to the drum effects, because that is punchier, the effect I put here, so that the saxophone can cut through. Use your ears. The most important thing is that always use your ears. Let the song tell you what it needs. So that is very, very important. Now that I've added it to this, let's listen to it alone. There's already Waves L2 effect on it. Let's listen to it with the effect. Now without the effects, let's listen to it without the effect. You can see that it's not cutting through, but with the wave effect on, let's listen to it. Let's bypass that. Let's lock it in and listen to the difference. So we don't actually use faders to make songs louder. It's going to distort and disturb the song. We don't actually use faders for that purpose. So this is what we are doing, and this is what we have. We have used the Waves L2 and we are using the bass tracks. Alright, with that said and done, look at what we have here. Look at these knobs up here. Everything is in the middle. This is the stereo separator, or what we call the panning knobs, the stereo separators. Stereo separation, all of them are staying in the middle. It means all our instruments are staying in the middle. Certain instruments you cannot do anything about them, should stay in the middle, but others should be panned. So what we're going to do is that when you look at our string instrument, we have the FL keys, the main chord here. This is in the middle. And we also have our guitar, which has been arpeggiated. It's also in the middle. This is also in the middle. And our fab filter. This is also in the middle. That cannot be. All string instruments in the middle. Don't forget we have connected all of them here. What we're going to do is that we're going to leave our main chord, that is the FL keys, chord 6, 5, 4, 1. We're going to leave that in the middle and then pan the guitar. Let's go to the mixer. So we're going to pan this guitar all the way to the left. Let's give it 55% to the left. That is it. And then our fab filter tune here, we are going to pan this one to all the way to the right. 55%. 55% to the right. Alright. So we have done this. Alright. Now, when they play together or in the song in the context, don't forget we have not put our effect on them. Let's put the effect. There is this T-Rack Classic compressor. We're going to choose a preset called acoustic guitar, arpeggiator, or strum. There's a preset here called acoustic guitar, arpeggiator. So I'll select that one, and this is what I have. So now let's listen to the string instrument. Let's bypass the T-Rack and listen again. You can see the difference. There's no life in it. See, listen. Let's lock it in. Let's put on the plugin and listen. So you can see that it's not increasing of volume that makes the difference, but it is the VST plugin. Let's listen to the other string instrument. That is the fab filter. Let's listen to it without. Let's listen to it without the T-Rack Classic compressor on it. Let's listen to it. Let's put the Classic compressor on it now. I think we added our FL keys as well. Our main progression to the effects, it was added to the effect chain. Let's listen to it without the effects. Now with the effects. Alright, so now that we have effects on various things with the panning of the fab filter tune and our guitar to left and right, let's listen to everything in context now. So you need very good speakers to hear the panning effects of left and right. So we have split the string instrument, that is the fab filter, to the right, and then the real guitar to the left, and we have allowed the main chord progression to stay in the middle. You cannot do that to the drums and other instruments, but you can do it to individual parts of the drums. This is very, very important. See that the effect is on this, is going through this, and don't forget, automatically the string effect is connected to the master, so it's also getting through this. Let's listen to everything in context again, and don't forget the automation we have done to the chime, the wind chime, which is this one, for us to have a smooth beginning. And don't forget, I selected my instrument very carefully. I did a very good selection, so I don't have any problem at all. As far as high ends are concerned, you could see me moving my instrument, the chords are laid down. You can see me moving them. That is, I wanted to avoid bass from it, except this one, which has, let me solo it for you to listen. And you can feel. Let's look at it. The FL keys. So what I'm going to do is that on the low end, by just lowering this, so when you click on the individual instrument, you can always see its original, that is in the FL Studio. So I'm just cutting down some of the low ends before they build up, so you can see it sounds better now. So I've just cut down the low end. Now to my real guitar, listen to my real guitar. If you want to listen to something, just double click it and then go to pattern mode. So here, let's listen. And you can see that I have taken it out the same way as I did. So I have taken it out, just trying to get rid. It is done easily in FL Studio than in any other instrument. So this is very, very easy to do. Cutting down some of the low end is very, very important. So let's listen to everything in context now. Let me skip a bit or fast forward to where our intro is, and let's listen to how loud the saxophone has become now. Alright, so not bad at all. Now let's go to our pre-mastering. You can't finish all the mastering of the song at once here. Sometimes you need a vocal. After you have done the vocal, you can do the faders. You can see that I'm not adding any fader. I'm not fading my master track because I have not added the vocal. The reason why I do that is that I want my vocal to die with my track or my instrumentals. That is why I have not done that. Alright, so on my master, how can I, it's not always about unnecessary loudness. Moderation is very, very important. Don't kill all the dynamic range of the song. Don't kill the dynamic range. The dynamic range is the difference between the highest peak of the song and then the lowest part of the song. Don't kill everything, it destroys the song. So don't make your song unnecessarily loud. This is very, very important. Take this advice. Don't make your song unnecessarily loud. Alright, so now let's come to our master track here. What effect are you going to put there? The first thing I'm going to put there, I'm going to use this plugin, Oxford EQ Native. The Oxford EQ Native, I'm using this. I'm going to cut down. So you come here, I'm going to cut down some of the low end. I'm cutting it up to about 100. It's more than 100 now. I have cut this up to more than 100. I don't have a lot of high end because I selected my instrument carefully. So I have cut down some of the low end. You can also do sweeping after everything. You can do sweeping across whilst you are playing to check if you can detect some noisy parts. Whenever you detect anything along the line, just cut it off. You just cut it off. And there are certain presets you can do here. There are types you can have where for mastering you don't need to do narrow cutting. You just need some wide curves. You don't need to do a lot of curves as well. If that happens, it means the mixing was not done properly. So I have cut this, but you still have to test them on other loudspeakers or on other speakers. Try them on your loudspeakers, play them in your car tape, play them on your phone and listen to them, and you can do adjustment. And one rule is that whenever you are tired, please don't continue working. You may get ear fatigue along the line, or you may be tired. Safety precaution. One of the causes of accident in safety management is tiredness. When you are tired, you can make a lot of mistakes. So sometimes you have to forget about everything and go and have a good rest. When you wake up, that becomes the first thing or the best thing you have to listen to. And when you are refreshed, when you wake up from bed and listen to it, you're going to be amazed at what you will discover. So don't force yourself when you are tired. Another plugin I'm going to put on this is the Fruity Compressor. Fruity Compressor. Fruity Compressor. And I'm going for the preset which says Complete Mix. You can tune this knob to suit you, but the song should always tell you what it needs. So I have put that on. I also go for once again I'm going for another Oxford product, Oxford Dynamic Native. Oxford Dynamic Native, and this is very, very good. Oxford Dynamic Native, and I'm going to lock in the compressor and the limiter. So you can see that I have used about 2 compressors and 2 limiters. Don't forget that already there's a default limiter on the master here. That is from Fruity Loop. There's a default limiter here. So just leave it there. It has a very nice and serious preset. Then let's go for our stereo imager. Stereo imager. We can use out of waves. There is one here. There's one here, stereo imager from Nomad Factory. This is one stereo imager. It's just like the one in Waves. That is the Waves S1 stereo imager. So they look alike. Look at the Waves S1 stereo imager. Waves S1 stereo imager or S1 imager. You can see that they are almost the same. They look alike. So this will help you. I will not use that of the Nomad Factory. The Nomad Factory bundle, I'll leave that one and then use that of Waves. But they have the same effect. So that will widen the song. With all these effects on the master, let's listen to the song now. Let me take all the effects off. Listen to the song without any effects now. Now, with all the effects on, So we have even, I can say we have even mastered our song, but we have not finished yet until we add a vocal and bring out the final tape. So before you export, you're going to export it now, but before you export, make sure that you have an allowance. It should be at about -5 decibels. This is even before mastering. People say that before you go for mastering, you have to take off all these effects, but I know what I'm doing. I'm going to master my song myself, so I have put the effects on to work on my dynamics. So the effect, I'll leave them there. The only thing I'm going to do lastly is just to amplify it without any further effect. So I have put the effect I need on, and I don't need anything else. My final work will be easier. I'm just going to amplify. So I usually increase my volume to -4 decibels. We are going to export, so just go to File and choose Export and select Wave File. Because you have not finished working, just select Wave File. So I'm saving that as Mixing Tutorials. Save. Now when you come here, make sure you select the highest of these parameters. Sync, you see points sync, select the highest one, which is 512. You see 32 bits floating, select that one. That is going to do you a lot of good when you select 32-bit floating. What it's going to do is that it's going to even enhance your mixing. It's going to improve the dynamic range of the song. All instruments will be heard. So it is very, very important to choose this. And then bitrate. Bitrate, select the highest of bitrate. Select the highest of bitrate. It's very, very important. So I have 450 kbps. I think it means kilobytes per second. So choose the highest of all these parameters and export. Come up with something right. Alright, so we have finished exporting. We're going to listen to that tape or the final product which we have churned out. What we have finished, this is the wave file. Alright, so that is all about mixing. In the next video, I'll show you how to add vocal to your track and then do mastering as well to bring out the final product in MP3 form. But it's very, very advisable that you save your work in the wave format because that keeps most of the important part of the track. Alright, see you with vocals and mastering and coming up with your final product in MP3. Thank you, and subscribe to my channel because I have amazing things for you.